Da. I am back again. Back again. Bun, acum vreau doar să văd dacă merge. În gen... vreau să văd dacă merge. Gata, bune? Dați? Unde sta Criș? Oare? Stai, mi l-a refrigerat. Dar nu merge. Pace fi și bă. Dar ce-i treaba? Tu știi că mă... Măcar să știu că se vede ceva. Veni Criș. Da. I am back again. Merge, mă, merge. Bun. Bun, let's go. Um, bun. Deci merge live stream-ul. Oh my god. Bă, azi vreau să fac o șustă și să vedem dacă... Vreau să fac o șustă, să ne jucăm ceva. Și totodată vreau să fac o chestie mirabolantă dacă e. Instalăm un joc, să ne jucăm, să vedem dacă rulează. Dar încă nu trebuie. Bun. Să ne dăm ok. Bun. Vreau să văd cum conectez telefonul. Vreau să văd cum conectez telefonul la laptop.
Did you know that you can get your phone screen on your laptop? Here's how to do it. You've just got to link your phone and laptop via the Your Phone app, and here
Ficați ca la terminul.
Salutare, sunt Raul, bine te-am regăsit la fișiere. Cum vedeți, aici am telefonul. Să mergem să conectăm și telefonul la acest site, să vedem ce se întâmplă. Conectați linkul rețeaua locală. Nu este un tutorial lung, urmărește-l până la sfârșit, este o metodă foarte interesantă. După cum vedeți, aici am telefonul, iar aici am browserul conectat la site-ul snapdrop.net. Vă las linkul în descrierea tutorialului, așa cum v-am obișnuit. Haideți să mergem să conectăm și telefonul la acest site, să vedem ce se întâmplă. Dar în momentul în care am conectat și telefonul,
Stai. Trebuie să fac o șustă, deci nu se, trebuie să se înțeleagă. control sì. No, sì, certo, mi sta no, sì.
हाउ टू शेयर मोबाइल में ताकि आपको अच्छे से करें इसके ऊपर। तो गाइस करेंगे टू दिस देखने को मिलेगा आपको
Oh, sì.
ऑप्शन कोई तरीके से यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन मिल जाएगी जो कि आपको जर्नल्स या फिर सिस्टम करके एक ऑप्शन मिलेगी। इसके ऊपर आप क्लिक करें तो गाइस यहाँ पे हमें सिस्टम की एक सेटिंग देखने को मिलती है। इसके ऊपर आप क्लिक कर देंगे। जब आप इसके ऊपर क्लिक कर देंगे थोड़ा सा के एक ऑप्शन को इस तरीके से यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन मिल जाएगा। क्लिक करें इसके ऊपर आप। जब आप इसके ऊपर क्लिक करेंगे तो आपको इस तरीके से यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन मिल जाएगी जो कि आपको जर्नल्स या फिर सिस्टम करके एक ऑप्शन मिलेगी। इसके ऊपर आप क्लिक करें तो गाइस यहाँ पे हमें सिस्टम की एक सेटिंग
System, what? That's a sham. Here's pro. Settings, system, check chill, display, no, sei. Deixa eu achar. Não basta. System, não basta.
फीचर आती है। उससे पहले आपको
Listen, Mart, Nishan, shit,
आएगा प्रोजेक्टिंग टू द पीसी। इसके ऊपर आप क्लिक करेंगे टू दिस पीसी। देन आपको यहाँ पे इस तरीके सेटिंग्स देखने को मिलेगी। अब आपको क्या करना है यहाँ पे आपको सबसे पहले एक जो है आई मीन गाइस सबसे पहले आपको यहाँ पे एक ऑप्शनल फीचर को ऐड करना होगा। जी हाँ दोस्तों आप इसके ऊपर क्लिक
और
इसके ऊपर क्लिक करके एक यहाँ पे देन आपको यहाँ पे इस तरीके से इंटरफेस देखने को मिलेगा। आपको व्यू फीचर्स के ऊपर क्लिक करके एक यहाँ पे इंस्टॉल करनी है। जी हाँ दोस्तों तो देखते हैं यहाँ पे आपको जो है राइट साइड में एक ऑप्शन देखने को मिलेगा। इसका आप क्लिक करेंगे ना तो यहाँ पे आपको कुछ भी नहीं क्लिक करना है। जस्ट आपको राइट साइड में ये ऑप्शन मिल रही है
okay. I found this. I'm sorry. Sure.
ऐड फीचर। इसके ऊपर आप क्लिक कर देंगे। जब आप इसके ऊपर क्लिक कर देंगे करके एक सर्च करना है तो गाइस जैसे आप सभी यहाँ पे वायरलेस लिखेंगे वायरलेस डिस्प्ले करके
Next. Honey. One.
आपको ऑटोमेटिक नीचे जो है तो सबसे पहले डाउनलोड। अब आप यहाँ पे आपको अपने लैपटॉप को अच्छे खासे सारी जो फाइल है वो सक्सेसफुली डाउनलोड हो गई है। अब आपको क्या करना है नॉर्मली आपके सिस्टम पे क्लिक करेंगे। अब आपको दोबारा से वहीं पे जाना है जहाँ पे हमने प्रोजेक्टिंग टू यहाँ पे इस तरीके से दोबारा सिस्टम पे क्लिक करेंगे। अब आपको दोबारा से वहीं पे जाना है जहाँ पे हमने प्रोजेक्टिंग टू दिस पीसी का ऑप्शन देखा था। तो हम यहाँ पे दोबारा से जाएंगे स्क्रॉल डाउन करेंगे प्रोजेक्टिंग टू दिस पीसी के ऊपर आप
No me refiero bro, my god. Still, it's my reference. Oh, you know, say my name. Parece non c'avevano un'altra. Se vedevo giga Chico, bagatelse ailesi. Tишина. Există așa ceva. Sunt Android, Bă, dar ar merge și cu USB-ul.
Hello, you control your Android phone using USB cable, then follow these steps. By default, Android phones do not allow the computer to control it using the USB port. So you set it up to allow that to happen. You open the settings and scroll to About Phone. Next you tap Software Information. On the next screen you scroll.
Nu am Android. Nu am Android. Să mai are, mă? Nu am. Dar știu să-l pauză ăsta. Stai să caut. Nu, uite, n-are nici să nici cu numărul. De ce să caut? Stai. În cablu de date nu merge. Ar merge, nu știu cum. Nu sunt nu sunt mai are. Bă, dar se mișcă. Nu sună, e sigur să mă. Look at me today pushing. So every night, every morning today I am pushing start umbrella and morning fire morning fire I was Bă, ce porcărie că merge tare greu. Bă, dar nu se ne da oare pot Yes. Now,
In this video, I am going to show you. Okay, let's see that. First, prepare your original lightning cable. I mean your iPhone charging cable. And don't use any local cables. Always use original lightning cables. Then open your laptop and you need to connect this end of lightning cable to your laptop USB socket. You can connect any of this USB socket like this. Then unlock your iPhone screen and go to Settings, Display and Brightness. Open Auto Lock and set this to Never. Display and Brightness. Open Auto Lock. Go to Settings, Display and Brightness. Open Auto Lock and set this to Never. Because while Auto Lock and Brightness, open Auto Lock and set this to Never. Goes off, so connect this end of lightning cable to the iPhone. Okay, now connect this end of lightning cable to the iPhone. Then you will see this pop-up. Just tap Trust and then enter your iPhone screen passcode. Yeah, now it's connected. Sometimes you can also see a pop-up on laptop. If promote, sometimes lightning cable to the iPhone. Okay, now connect this end of lightning cable to the iPhone. Then you will see this pop-up. Just tap Trust and then enter your iPhone screen passcode. Yeah, now it's connected. Sometimes you can also see a pop-up on laptop. If promote, just tap Allow. Now open File Explorer. This PC. Yes, now you can see this iPhone drive. Pop-up on pop-up. Just tap Trust and then enter your iPhone screen passcode. Yeah, now it's connected. Sometimes you can also see a pop-up on laptop. If promote, just tap Allow. Now open File Explorer. This PC. Yes, now you can see this iPhone drive. Yeah, now you successfully connected your iPhone with Windows operating laptop. After this, if you want to easily transfer files from iPhone to laptop, watch this video. And laptop to iPhone means watch this one. And to connect with iTunes, this. Finally, to share your iPhone internet with laptop, watch this video. I hope this video helps. If it really helps means leave a like and share this video with your friends and neighbors. Thanks for watching.
Let's see how to transfer files from PC to iPhone using a USB cable. Then click on Allow from iPhone. You can't copy files directly from computer to iPhone without iTunes. That's why you need to download iTunes from the Microsoft Store. Then select Setup as a new iPhone.
Hiç. Păi, eu fiz uma. Digo que também faço uma coisa. Já viu o filme, tu? Já foi o mesmo. Vou ficar sem troca. Sei. Filme esse. Ei! Nossa. Já. Vai sair da muito. Vai sair da. Oh, mano. No way. Eu tinha feito assim. Ai, gente. Nossa, ai, posição. Eu tenho um chave de cabo, se ligar, tem para, né? Evet. Niçin? Ha. Да, сейчас я все я пришли моим человеком ставить. Nice. Ну, ладно. Вич. Но ставь. Вот видишь, фан у меня не было. Вот, вот. Nice. Uai, samba. Mai da, mai ce samba. Listo. No, eu não știu, voi. Da, deci, gata, au mers, stai așa. Continui. Restele de la mine. Deci, uai, uai, care era? Nu este. Doamne.
Tot ce-ți poți dori de la o cafea îți oferă Philips Latte Go. Boabe proaspăt măcinate, spumă de lapte catifelată, aromă irezistibilă. Philips Latte Go. Întotdeauna un moment bun pentru o cafea perfectă.
Kinder Crispy, 3 straturi de napolitană crocantă, umplute cu cremă de lapte și de cacao, învelite în ciocolată. Noul Kinder Crispy sună bine, gustul e și mai bun.
Let's see how to transfer files from PC to iPhone using a USB cable. Then click on Allow from iPhone. Copy files directly from computer. Download iTunes from the Then select Setup as a new iPhone.
Deci, să mai întâlnim. Sigur așa cum se numește.
Then select Setup as a new iPhone. Then go to File Sharing. Then click on Chrome. Then go to File Sharing. Then click on Chrome. Now you can add files from your computer to your iPhone. Files Phone.
Bă, nu, am plecat, dar ce? Mă scuze acum. E ora 99 de minute. Așa. Aha. Păi ce dracu? Păi terminați-o. Nu. Înțeles.
Then click on Chrome. Now you can add files from your computer to your iPhone.
Auf.
Now select your file. Then open. Now this file has been. Now select your file.
Deci. Aici. Muy guay, funa masa. Rahatul masa şunfet. Mafudul muramas. Guay, funa. Știa cum să fie așa. Care de spinali? Da, fine, uite la treabă. Mam. Stop. Nimic. Stop. Stop. Nu. Deci. Trebuie să fie. Ce drept? Da. Nu știu. Nu mai. Da, dacă știam în final. Nu sigur ori putea să...
hotspot prin cablu de USB să apară ca o placă.
Ai, să știu. Deci să ne arate telefonul aici.
Toate telefoanele de pe Flip.ro sunt încadrate în 4 categorii estetice.
Ți se întâmplă, nu? Să ai televizor. E bine că toate metodele dar indiferent pe televizor să folosești sensorii în televizorul tău ce fi conectat la aceeași rețea sau la același router și cu laptopul și cu televizorul, pentru că altfel nu o să meargă. Și după ce Windows K și când apăsăm pe tastele astea o să apară aici fereastra asta care caută în rețeaua noastră televizoare sau monitoare smart la care se poate conecta. Nouă ne apare deja televizorul aici pe listă, trebuie doar să dăm click pe el și asta, uite că cablu, indiferent de dispozitivele, mai ai conexiunea la modul ideal. Așa că tot cu Windows K ajungi la meniul ăsta care îți permite dublarea ceea ce este aici, direct decizi ce ca să-ți arăt cum să faci și pe Mac treaba asta. Este asemănător de simplu. Ești pe MacBook, tot ce ai de făcut este să dai click pe acest control center, pe liniile astea două din dreapta, televizor smart, dispozitivele Apple, televizoarele lansate Apple la televizor. Da click aici pe control center și pe screen mirroring, ai televizorul aici, ai butonul acolo și o să fie folosit bun și lung, tot despre soare, o sumă mare de bani dintr-o dată. Ce îmi place la ei este faptul că toate dispozitivele pe care le închid, efective dispozitive, începem cu iPhone-ul. Foarte simplu, tot ce de făcut este să dai swipe din colțul din dreapta sus și să dai pe aceste două pătrățele de aici și apoi să selectezi televizorul. Cum ziceam și la MacBook, dacă e un televizor puțin mai vechi, nu o să-ți apară, dacă e mai nou, merge. Și după cum...
Păi ăsta are... Stai. Aha. Aha. Și acum... Please. 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 Încă.
Cum vezi, apare aici ceea ce apare pe ecranul iPhone-ului meu și se mișcă în timp real în nou meniu. Cum ziceam și la MacBook, dacă e un televizor puțin mai vechi, nu o să-ți apară, dacă e mai nou, merge. Și după cum vezi, apare aici ceea ce apare pe ecranul iPhone-ului meu și se mișcă în timp real și se vede bine. Și cam asta este atât de simplu proiectezi ecranul iPhone-ului tău pe un televizor. Mergând la telefoanele cu Android și aici pașii sunt asemănători, doar că funcția se numește uneori diferit în funcție de telefonul pe care l-ai. Spre exemplu, pe Samsung.
Stai, eu vreau să mă conectez prin Bluetooth. iPhone. Da. Bă, dar nu găsește faie, bă. Eu zic, să... Da, ok. Conectată. Bun. Să nu era ăla. Asta. Adevin. Sper că să fie așa. Și magia să ce?
Samsung, tot ce e de făcut este să dai swipe așa să ți se deschidă bara asta, mai dai swipe o dată să se deschidă toate butoanele și funcția se numește Smart View, este aici în stânga.
Nu, în sfârșit.
Cum conectezi ecranul telefonului la PC cu Windows 10? Pentru început, asigurați-vă că sunteți conectat la același Wi-Fi. Apoi vom intra în setări, la sistem, dăm scroll în jos și apăsăm pe Projecting to this PC. În dreapta observăm că au apărut mai multe opțiuni. În caz că acestea arată așa și nu sunt selectabile, urmați pașii următori. Va trebui să instalăm o aplicație adițională din Windows. Intrați în setări, apoi la Applications, Optional Features, apăsăm pe Add a Feature și căutați Wireless Display. Eu deja am instalat-o, deci nu îmi apare, dar voi va trebui să o bifați și să apăsați Install. Instalăm o aplicație adițională din Windows. Intrați în setări, apoi la Applications,
Sıfır. Bakın nasıl nişanma. Şu mısın nerede?
Optional features. Apăsăm pe Other Features și căutați Wireless Display.
Nici mi-a întâmplat. Vreau să căutăm altceva.
Okay, so if you want to cast, you just gotta go to your settings, type in optional features, and
Photopea is a powerful AI image software that meets all your creative needs, from enhancement to generation, kickstarting your
Casting method. 8 or Windows C or Windows device. Click on System. From the left menu, select projecting to this PC. If the wireless display feature is not enabled on your PC, then you need to add it. Simply click on Optional Features.
Da, e porcăria aia de atunci. Zic eu. Sistem. Verifice. Obține așa. Și acum ce
Is not enabled on your PC, then you need to add it. Simply click on Optional Features. Now add a feature. From the list, you need to select Wireless Display. Install.
Aha. Wow. Next. Next. Stop. Aha. 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 Yes. Available display. More face. More settings. Nu știu. Așa,
iPhone or iPad is disabled. Franzen or keeps crashing. Not a big deal. Try Tenor Share Reibu now. After
Hey guys, in screen free and operating, basically what you need to do is you just need to go to the GitHub, just scroll down, you can get it, this zip file. You just need to go to the location where this zip file is downloaded and just cut this zip file and move this zip file wherever you feel comfortable with using the command prompt.
Dar nu știu când... Deci... doing one looking for something așa, mai așa, mai așa. Să-mi bag.
Want to enjoy a bigger vision of your phone screen? Let's mirror the screen on your PC or Mac computer. Download any Miro and select your device type. There are USB connection and Wi-Fi option. Let's try Wi-Fi here. Open Control Center. Click Screen Mirror icon to enable AirPlay. Tap computer name to connect. Now, you can show any screen from device on a bigger screen, like your photos, videos, or your favorite game.
if you haven't
Want to enjoy a bigger vision of your phone screen? Let's mirror the screen on your PC or Mac computer. Download any Miro and select your device type. There are USB connection and Wi-Fi option. Let's try Wi-Fi here. Open Control Center. Click Screen Mirror.
if you haven't
Want to enjoy a bigger vision of your phone screen? Let's mirror the screen on your PC or Mac computer. Download
Să nu știu aplicator. Ani... Stai. Animale. Animale ce ești? Animiro. Animiro. Nu știu. Yes. Install credential. Oh shit. How much? Yes. Use device. Nu, și să încarce. Aia zic, mă. Aia zic. Nu mă să ajung totuși ceva azi. Stai. Nu să ajung ceva azi totuși. Nu să ajung ceva azi. Nu știu dacă este. Sau... Ce fain e? Definitely fine. Use definitely fine. Use device. Espero que você me chame aqui. That's fine. It's very... Nu, și să încarce. Aia zic, mă. Nu mă să ajung totuși ceva azi. Nu să ajung ceva azi totuși. Hai să jucăm atunci ceva. Nu știu dacă este. Da. Sau... Hai să... Ce fain e? Hai să... Ce se întâmplă? Definitely fine. Use definitely fine. Use device. Espero que você me chame aqui. Unlock. That's fine. It's very... Nu, și să încarce. Aia zic, mă. Nu mă să ajung totuși ceva azi. Hai, bă. Bă, nu e timpul prea de dată cu aia. Nu să ajung ceva azi totuși. Bro. Hai să jucăm. Vreau să se întâmple că joci pe asta. Hai, na. Ce fain e? Definitely fine. Nu, aplicația de... Use Use device. Azi unlock. Nice. Și acum continuu. Aia zic, mă. Nu să ajung să știți. Bă, nu e din prietenă, bravo. Nu să știți. Mă ne facem un opening. Bravo. Mâine vreau să fac un opening. Hai să jucăm. Vreau să zic dacă joci pe asta. Hai, na. Oh my god. Aplicația de use device. Aia zic, mă. Tot 14 măști. Nu e din prietenă, bravo. Nu să știți. Mă ne facem un opening. Bravo. Mâine facem, vreau să fac un opening. Hai să jucăm. Vreau să zic dacă joci pe asta. Trebuie să luăm mult. Hai, na. Oh my god. Trebuie să le luăm mult. Hai, aplicația la telefon. Use device. Jocul ăsta au devenit așa de competitiv și nu mai se joacă nimeni. Aia zic, mă. Tot 14 măști. Nu e din prietenă, bravo. Are scotul ăla pe rând. Mâine facem un opening. Și mai avem, da... Ce? Bă, o contră! Contra! Hai să jucăm. Vreau să zic dacă joci pe asta. Trebuie să luăm contră. Hai, tu știi ce e contră? Imagină. Și mai văd. Tu vii cu contră pe mine, bă. La telefon. Vii cu contră pe mine. Ești în capa. Nu-ți faci ăsta cu șcul. Nu se joacă ăsta. Morții, bă. Jocul ăsta au devenit așa de compatibil și nu mai se joacă nimeni. Aia zic, mă. Tot 14 măști. Are scotul ăla pe rând. Mâine facem un opening. Și mai avem, da... Ce? Bă, o contra. Tu știi ce e? Contra. Da, ăștia au jucat. Nu, ăștia tu vii cu contra. Jocul ăsta au dividit așa de compacte. Nu mai se joacă adică. Are scutul ăla. Ce voi de mortis? Uite! Au! Contra! Mas já está junto. Contra. Da, ăștia au jucat. Nu, ăștia tu vii cu contra. Jocul ăsta au dividit așa de compacte. Nu mai se joacă adică. Are scutul ăla. Uite! Au! Contra! Mas já está junto. Tu știi ce e? Contra. Da, ăștia au jucat. Nu, ăștia tu vii cu contra. Nu joacă bine. Minigram. Măi, nu înțeleg. Minigram să ai. Gram să ai. Klasy. Klasy mamy. Ja. Dają z kim komu. Gram sobie. No, X ty dawno. Ciao, ești tu. Ești cu doar nume cu clase auzi. Este un cabat clasă. Bă, dar dă dropul ăsta din toate părțile. Hai să-l trag una. Bă, dă dropul ăsta din toate părțile. Ce dracu? Mi-a făcut un miciul ăsta. Ciao. No, what the fuck? Ești cu doar nume cu clase auzi. Este un cabat clasă. Voi veniți aici și... Patul, cum puteți. Îl bat joc. Da, este... Oare boș cu nage? Bă, dar dă dropul ăsta din toate părțile. Hai să-l trag una. Dă dropul ăsta din toate părțile. Ce dracu? Mi-a făcut un miciul ăsta. Să evoluiști ceva din bani. Mă dăm doar și drag. Nu să vedem la mine, nu mă tragă direct. Se vede voi veniți aici și... Dar ce faceți, mă? Stați cu fratele închis? Aoleu. Închis, nu? Oricum, ia și superul dacă e. Da, merge și superul dacă e. Hai, gândește-mă, ia. Eu cu corect. Contul și cu brocul. Și o dat 2 kg. 2 kg. Ce mișcă asta? Băi, băiatule. Știu, să evoluiști ceva din bani. Mă dăm doar și drag. Nu să vedem la mine, nu mă tragă direct. Se vede voi veniți aici și... Dar ce faceți, mă? Stați cu fratele închis? Aoleu. Oricum, ia și superul dacă e. Aici se joacă pula în țară, zic eu. Bă, în loc să dai să... Nu înțeleg nici eu, coi. Contul și cu brocul, coi, și o dat 2 kg. 2 kg. Ce mișcă asta? Mă joc la contest acum și nu știu. Băgăm rang. Băgăm în gură. Băgăm în gură. Dar au niște... Ce fac? Să fii cu mătii. Oricum, ia și superul dacă e. A fost măta plantații. O schiț. Aici se joacă pula în țară, zic eu. În loc să dai să plantații de cartofi. Nu înțeleg nici eu, coi. Ce dracu, da? O dat 2 kg? Nu mai e pe capul meu. Hai, vei cât pică și fain. Mă joc la contest acum și nu știu. Băgăm rang. Băgăm în gură. Care e o betuș? Băgăm în gură. Cred că caut. Care au zis? Au niște... Hai, că așa și cu asta. Hai. Ce fac? Mă jucați, aici cam la contest. Jucați ca lume. Din doar ce să vezi? Dacă nu ești așa. O schiț. În loc să dai să plantații de cartofi.
Get your gaming to a whole new level with G2A.com. Explore a wide variety of gift cards, subscriptions, and in-game currencies. Don't wait, shop now.
Noul Bisping aduce femeilor nutriție sportivă pentru și mai multă putere și curaj, indiferent de ceea ce faceți. De asemenea, vă oferă suplimente de frumusețe pentru încredere în sine, ținute la modă.
Hai dă-mi un pupic pe obraz, că ai cel mai mare haz când te învârți ca un J-Class. Dansează, dame tu cosita.
Ini se binorocel, ăsta-i trendul de din el.
Hai dă-mi un pupic pe obraz, că ai cel mai mare haz când te învârți ca un J-Class. Dansează, dame tu cosita. Ini se binorocel, ăsta-i trendul de din el.
Îmi cer și eu scuze de la balansul ăsta.
Hai mamacita, baby hai, ai formele ca Anita. Mamă ce te-aș duce pe o plajă în Ibiza, să te apreși pe mine ca cornul din Pisa. Ia mili, deli dance nu te opri. Ia mili, fac să te apropii. Aruncă mili, românii și romii. După after cu manele și mahoni. Hai dă-mi un pupic pe obraz, că ai cel mai mare haz când te învârți ca un J-Class. Dansează, dame tu cosita.
Ini se binorocel, ăsta-i trendul de din el.
Hai dă-mi un pupic pe obraz, că ai cel mai mare haz când te învârți ca un J-Class. Dansează, dame tu cosita. Ini se binorocel, ăsta-i trendul de din el.
Îmi cer și eu scuze de la balansul ăsta.
Arșinel. Mili, oane. Face când lumea doarme. Mili, oane. Bagă dansuri de peste oceane. Hai dă-mi un pupic pe obraz, că ai cel mai mare haz când te învârți ca un J-Class. Dansează, dame tu cosita.
Ini se binorocel, ăsta-i trendul de din el.
Hai dă-mi un pupic pe obraz, că ai cel mai mare haz când te învârți ca un J-Class. Dansează, dame tu cosita.
Ini se binorocel, ăsta-i trendul de din el.
Hai dă-mi un pupic pe obraz, că ai cel mai mare haz când te învârți ca un J-Class. Dansează, dame tu cosita. Ini se binorocel, ăsta-i trendul de din el.
Îmi cer și eu scuze de la balansul ăsta.
So quieres tu sorul meu, ca seara am băut ca tine. Am sunat-o pe măta că nu mai puteam de bine. La muzica prea tare și prea multă lume, i-am închis că n-auzeam ce spune. Iartă-mă, mamo, ce-am băut aseară, mamo. Nu mai știu unde e gardul. Să aleagă praful de mine dacă mai vă nimic. Mamo, ce-am băut aseară, mamo. Nu mai știu unde e gardul. Să aleagă praful praful de mine dacă mai văd nimic.
Ok, nu mai văd nimic, ok, nu mai văd nimic. Am golii femei de haine și sticlele de lichid, portofele de lovele de ploaie cu bani pe piele. Am făcut love cu ele după s-au îndrăgostit.
Sunt cu Sami într-un club înconjurat doar de gagici. Are frumusețe, nu mai vreau să plec de aici. Nebunie, tată, e toată lumea pe masă. Mă simt ca la mine acasă. Iartă-mă, mamă, ce-am băut azeră, mamă. Nu mai știu unde e gardul. Să aleagă praful de mine dacă mai văd nimic. Mamă, ce-am băut azeră, mamă. Nu mai știu unde e gardul. Să aleagă praful de mine dacă mai văd nimic.
Am mare foc pentru femeile pe toc, că sunt la fel ca un drog. Mă fac mereu să mă întorc. Dar stau leu pe Johnny că la gente stau în loc. Ca zici că sunt pizzerie la cum se învârte coca.
N-are oboseală, mi-a de zici că-i pe butoane. Jennifer Lopez, aia din filme americani. Dar ce talent când îi dă drumul la dans. Eu n-am mai văzut în viața mea așa. Iartă-mă, mamă, ce-am băut azeră, mamă. Nu mai știu unde e gardul. Să aleagă praful de mine dacă mai văd nimic. Mamă, ce-am băut azeră, mamă. Nu mai știu unde e gardul. Să aleagă praful de mine dacă mai văd nimic. În costum elegant la cravată, mă îmbrac, babo, plec la paradă. Să ai has și talent e o artă. Nu se învață, nu se arată. Ai talent, haina nu mai contează. Ai secunda, mereu ești pe fază. Să ai has și talent e o artă. Nu se învață, nu se arată. Pun pe mine un costum, știu să las ordez. Cu cel mai tare parfum, de-aia am succes. Mă întreabă lumea cu ce parfum îmi dă mereu. E mult, e greu, e mult, e greu. Dar nu e parfum, ăsta e mirul meu. E mult, e greu, e mult, e greu. De la mama, de la tata, de acolo e talentul meu. Dar și de la Dumnezeu, de acolo e talentul meu. Sunt puțin diferit, iertizarul. Nu-mi place nici Gucci, nici Prada. De copil știu să-mi fac meseria. De la tata am mândria. Ok, I ain't working for no check. Pretty ladies in the front, go ahead and get your mess. Ay, ok, I ain't working for no mess. I need my brothers out the gutter, need that water on my neck. Ay, pun pe mine un costum, știu să las ordez. Cu cel mai tare parfum, de-aia am succes. Mă întreabă lumea cu ce parfum îmi dă mereu. E mult, e greu, e mult, e greu. Dar nu e parfum, ăsta e mirul meu. E mult, e greu, e mult, e greu. De la mama, de la tata, de acolo e talentul meu. Dar și de la Dumnezeu, de acolo e talentul meu. Vreau să te scot dintre rapoarte, că facem bani să-i dăm la asta. Că tu ești sătul de karate, iar eu sunt sătul de cântat. Lasă jobul, SRL-ul, lasă în sediu. Dansează cu mine cum vrei tu, da cum vrei tu. Te duce Iulica astăzi în concediu. Te duc ca pe Antonian Marabu. E căldură mare, ce mișcare are de dansatoare. Tu ești jale, jale, ești corporatista de la multinaționale. fie spiarița mea. Lasă jobul, SRL-ul, lasă sediu. Dansează cu mine cum vrei tu, da cum vrei tu. Te duce Iulica astăzi în concediu. Te duc ca pe Antonian Marabu. E căldură mare, ce mișcărare de dansatoare. Tu ești jale, jale, ești corporatista de la multinaționale. SRL-ul, lasă sediu. Dansează cu mine cum vrei tu, da cum vrei tu. Te duce Iulica astăzi în concediu. Te duc ca pe Antonian Marabu. E căldură mare, ce mișcărare de dansatoare. Tu ești jale, jale, ești corporatista de la multinaționale.
YouTube Premium este YouTube fără anunțuri și redare în fundal. Încearcă o lună fără costuri.
Nu, hai Rafis.
Fanny, te rog eu nu mă mai ruga. Știu că e prietena ta, știu că îți pasă de ea, dar am uitat-o deja. Nu mai e în inima mea, crede-mă, e mai bine așa. Îmi spui că-i supărată, că nu iese din casă. În lipsa mea, în lipsa mea. Am înțeles că-ți pasă, te rog spune-i pe față. Spune așa, el nu te mai vrea, nu-i mai da mesaje, nu-l mai suna. Spune-i tu, te rog eu să nu mă mai sune, să mă uite și gata. Acum am pe alta, n-are rost să dau nume, știu că sunteți prietene bune, deci pe tine te-ar asculta. Asta e despre ea. Spune-i tu, te rog eu să nu mă mai sune, să mă uite și gata. Acum am pe alta, n-are rost să dau nume, știu că sunteți prietene bune, deci pe tine te-ar asculta. Asta e despre ea.
Orice vrei nu mă mișcă, am greșit dar nu fi tristă. Te-am scos oricum de pe listă, sau ceva trebuie să apar pe revistă. N-am cum să stau după pizdă. Toți zic sunt toxic, mă sun degeaba e nostim. Noi știm dar facem pe proști. Nu mă joc dar viața fă că eu nu-s foștii. Am zis că nu sunt, mi s-a făcut dor. Am zis că nu beau, mă nec cu alcool. Am zis că nu trag, mă foc cu petrol. Am tras pentru noi cât pentru amândoi. Vreau banii, vreau teancuri, vreau sute, vreau foi. N-a crezut nimeni, a cus toate pe noi. Am crezut-o pe aia și m-a lăsat doi. Sunt paranoia, n-am încredere în voi. Fă, asta e viața din Bronx. Un alt suge bine, alta geme frumos. Una o face de sânge, alta de zlobos. Nu-i totul ca în state, nu e totul roz. Apelează, mă încearcă până-ți vine rău. E distanța prea mare între noi, nu am somn. Bag de toate combinate să pot să adorm. Mă culc cu femei, toate au numele tău. Știi și tu, fă orice, dar nu pierde timpul. Am lăsat de la mine, nu-s tipul. Fac muzică, mă mișcă ritmul. Ăsta-i destinul, oricum știi și tu. Fă orice, dar nu pierde timpul. Am lăsat de la mine, nu-s tipul. Fă transmite așa, piesa asta e despre ea.
Spune-i tu, te rog eu să nu mă mai sune, să mă uite și gata. Acum am pe alta, n-are rost să dau nume, știu că sunteți prietene bune, deci pe tine te-ar asculta. Asta e despre ea. Spune-i tu, te rog eu să nu mă mai sune, să mă uite și gata. Acum am pe alta, n-are rost să dau nume, știu că sunteți prietene bune, deci pe tine te-ar asculta. Asta e despre ea. Și-mi spui mereu că e greu și că e dor de noi. Zi de zi te rogi de mine să o iau înapoi. Eu te înțeleg cumva, dar prietena ta trebuie să-și vadă de viața ei și eu de viața mea. Spune-i tu, te rog eu să nu mă mai sune, să mă uite și gata. Acum am pe alta, n-are rost să dau nume, știu că sunteți prietene bune, deci pe tine te-ar asculta. Asta e despre ea. Sună tu și spune-i că nu mai vreau. Poți să te rogi de mine înapoi, nu o să o iau. Sună tu și spune-i să treacă peste tot ce-am avut, dar nu mai este. Dai, dar nu mă las de capul ei. Dai, nu mă las de capul ei. Dai, nu mă las de capul ei. Dai, dar nu mă las de capul ei. Stop! Dă-mi 1000 de pupici aici. Ai talent și ai lipici. Dă-mi 1000 de pupici aici. Ai talent și ai lipici. Dă-mi 1000 de pupici aici. Ai talent și ai lipici. Dă-mi 1000 de pupici aici. Ai talent și ai lipici. Hai talent, sorlore. Cam 1000 de pupici aici. Hai talent și ai lipici. Hai dă-mi 1000 de pupici aici. Hai talent, muza! G 112 vine poliția. E legal de frumoasă ce mă facă iar te ia. Parfumul tău se simte în toată România. La cât e de celebru o cunoaște secția. 1112 vine poliția. E legal de frumoasă ce mă facă iar te ia. Parfumul tău se simte în toată România. La cât e de celebru o cunoaște secția. Bună ziua ofițer, conduceam în drum spre mar. Doar cu ea în mașină și cu banii de cazar. Ce noroc pe mine să văd în retrovizoar. Urma să opresc ca să fac o alimentare. Chiar și fără bani nu contează cât ne costă. Mai bine noi nebuni și cu muzica în boxă. Nu stăm după nimeni, mai ales după o fostă. Tineri ne place viața, o trăim la modul forță. Vara doar distracții, muzică Bairam. Cine-i domnișoara? Întrebarea asta iar. Nu-i genul de femeie pe care o duci la altar. Că ea vine la masă de parcă sunt pescovar. 112 vine poliția. E legal de frumoasă ce mă facă iar te ia. Parfumul tău se simte în toată România. La cât e de celebru o cunoaște secția. 1112 vine poliția. E legal de frumoasă ce mă facă iar te ia. Parfumul tău se simte în toată România. La cât e de celebru o cunoaște secția.
Băiatul meu rupe asfaltul 200 pe bor și ne oprește garda într-una să ne facă raport. Sunt ilegal de frumoasă, îi place cum mă comport. Îmi ține în minte parfumul, baby, miros a Tom Ford. Sunt cu minte, baby, dar cu tine jur că mă bărbat. Dacă vrei fată frumoasă, bagă mâna în buzunar. Mă mulțumesc cu vorbe asta să îți fie clar. Sau poți să-mi pui diamant pe inelar. Do you need me? Să-mi ajungi mie la suflet, știi că nu e easy. Uneori sunt kinky, mă atingi doar cu priviri, mă fac să mă simt dizzy.
112 vine poliția. E legal de frumoasă ce mă facă iar te ia. Parfumul tău se simte în toată România. La cât e de celebru o cunoaște secția. 112 vine poliția. E legal de frumoasă ce mă facă iar te ia. Parfumul tău se simte în toată România. La cât e de celebru o cunoaște secția.
Cu YouTube Music Premium, ascultă melodiile preferate fără anunțuri. Descarcă muzică și podcasturi pentru a asculta offline sau din mers. Bucură-te de mii de playlisturi personalizate și posturi de radio. Și ascultă muzică cu ecranul oprit sau în timp ce folosești alte aplicații. Descoperă mai mult cu YouTube Music Premium. Încearcă o lună fără costuri.
Orice început are și un sfârșit, totul e temporar. Totul e trecător, aveți grijă cu cine vă învârtiți pe străzi, că e mai greu să ca niciodată. Sănătate și libertate să fie, să ne vină toți frații acasă de la Brunei. LVS, erau în sectorul 5 sărași. De bine, de rău noroc, am pe mama mult ajutam frați care dacă nu mișcă mă întreb oare ce mănâncă. Poți mergi pe vârfuri, tot se aude apa mică, mergi pe burtă. Vorba multă-i sărăcie, pleacă urechea și ascultă. Și văd atâția la disproși care înainte să-i cunosc aveau un training în dulap, doar un prieten și ăla prost. Nu-s mândru de tot ce-am făcut, ce-a fost și recunosc. Toți uită tot să mor hata din totdeauna și au fost. Stau la bar, patron beau, fumez trabu, mănânc homar. Mâine beau bere în par, fumez vărsat și mănânc foietaj. Asta e viața mea, un timp să regi, alteori borschetar. Cheltui zilnic câteva sute, chiar dacă n-am bani în buzunar. A fost rău, mi-a trecut, mi-am revenit și iar am vrut conștient, fiind bun pop psihic. La sfârșit iau totul de la început, mă amețez, nu să ameliorez. Orice poartă intru singur, ești o femeie, nici bani, dar muzica îmi strânește interes. Ori zilele în șir trec greu, mă întreb de el dacă nici eu nu pot dormi. Oare cât timp să mai treacă până să-l văd iar pe Cristi? Pare un film frumos din exterior, dar nu-ți dorești ce trăim. Trăiți visual cuiva fără a gândi, hai mai mult să ne prețuim. Unii închiși, alții în spital, nu mai știu cum să mă împart. Aș ajuta pe toți să mor, dar n-am posibilitatea. Unii ar lua pielea de pe tine, alții deloc n-ar profita. Într-un final să fac, mă ajută doar muzica. Atâtea versuri de le scriu și eu mă întreb de ce nu scop e să te dai de gol. Nu-i trag de limbă, iau pe toate părțile. Toți vorbesc, dar la faptă li se moaie genunchii să pierd. Născut făcut ca în fiecare orchestră să dirigează. Cei pe străzi metre, manevre, am răciune, dar în continuare banda merge să mor. Are balta pește și sper să nu-mi vină ocazia să mi se dea pachet. Totul-i cu duș, într-ți graba, strică treaba dacă timp să mai pierd. Putele tinereții poate să schimbe cursul vieții. Vă partea goala pahar, deși aș putea să am pretenții. Dă banii, au și du-te, n-am relații cu clienții. Am 12 clase terminate în 14 ani și școala vieții. Scrii pe toate în ghinus mândre de trecut, am toate minți. Sunt protejat oricum, dar cum s-o fu fără prezervativ. Nu știu dacă-i păcat, nu-i bine, știu doar că mi-e rău mă închin. Eu sunt nimeni, tu ești nimic, zero, ca o râdă covrig. Atâtea versuri de le scriu și eu mă întreb de ce nu scopie să te dai de gol. Nu-i trag de limbă, iau pe toate părțile. Toți vorbesc, dar la faptă li se moaie genunchii să pierd. Născut făcut ca în fiecare orchestră să dirigează. La bar, patron beau, fumez trabuc, mănânc homar. Mâine beau bere în par, fumez vărsat și mănânc foietaj. Asta e viața mea, un timp să rege, alte ori boschetar. Cheltui zilnic câteva sute, chiar dacă n-am bani în buzunar.
10 production, London de la Timișoara. Cu ceva fiță, pentru toată țara. A venit exact cum v-a promis. Ușușa nu se va facă viața. Paradis, zis. Astăzi fac viața, iubito ți-am promis. Trăiesc cu tine clipe de vis. Și mă tem că jotem, cum se spune la Paris. Paradis, dis. Am sus fac viața, iubito ți-am promis. Trăiesc cu tine clipe de vis. Și mă tem că jotem, cum se spune la Paris. Să strig după tine, că ai datorie la mine. Ai la mine datorie, toată dragostea ta mie. Mă faci să strig după tine, că ai datorie la mine. Ai la mine o datorie, toată dragostea ta mie. Ce-ți mai place iubitu, ce-ți mai place dragostea, de nu mai pot dormi noaptea. Paradis, zis. Astăzi fac viața, iubito ți-am promis. Trăiesc cu tine clipe de vis. Și mă tem că jotem, cum se spune la Paris. Paradis, dis. Am sus fac viața, iubito ți-am promis. Trăiesc cu tine clipe de vis. Și mă tem că jotem, cum se spune la Paris. Bine, e fericire lângă tine. E bine, de tot. De la gândă nu mai pot. Noi ne iubim, se vede cum ne privim. Și de zi în zi ce trece tot mai mult ne drăgostim. Așa ți-am promis, să fac viața paradis, trăim o dragoste de vis. Ce-ți mai place iubitu, ce-ți mai place dragostea, de nu mai pot dormi noaptea. Paradis, zis. Am să-ți fac viața, iubito ți-am promis. Trăiesc cu tine clipe de vis. Și mă tem că jotem, cum se spune la Paris. Paradis, dis. Am să-ți fac viața, iubito ți-am promis. Trăiesc cu tine clipe de vis. Și mă tem că jotem, cum se spune la Paris. Să strig după tine, că ai datorie la mine. Ai la mine o datorie, toată dragostea ta mie. Nu vreau compromis, nici mai puțin și nici mai mult. Nu vreau nici pe jumătate, te vreau lângă mine zi de zi, noapte de noapte. Ce-ți mai mai place iubitul, ce-ți mai place dragostea, de nu mai pot dormi noaptea. Paradis, zis, am să-ți fac viața, iubito, ți-am promis, să ies cu tine clipe de vis. Și mă tem că jodem, cum se spune la Paris. Paradis, dis, am să-ți fac viața, iubito, ți-am promis, să ies cu tine clipe de vis. Și mă tem că jodem, cum se spune la Paris.
YouTube Premium înseamnă YouTube fără anunțuri plus aplicația Music. Un abonament, 2 aplicații. Încearcă fără costuri.
Mărr, juve la butoane, cu țacă uraganul direct pentru nicomane.
De mă vezi palit la față, nu bag drog, nu bag verdeață. Am făcut cardio aseară, m-am cuplat cu o ninfomană. Damelo, origine hitana, pun mâna pe trupul ei, devin Carlos Santana. Dacă să-i mai dau, am nevoie aer să iau.
Îi zic top, fă piua că să mor dacă apuc ziua. Îi zic top, piua că n-apuc ziua. Cu pielea mai romanez și cu fundul cubanez. Are talent cu carul și cară, bineînțeles. Băi, am avut multe femei, făceam grupe câte 3, dar că asta n-a fost una să mă bage la idei. Ce mai bun și ce mai crack când dă goluri în stomac. Băi, hau, că să-i dau, că mă bagă în recau. M-am tras la față că mă ia de dimineață și mă doaie și mă moaie, nu mă lasă nici la baie. Îi zic stop, fă piua că să mor dacă apuc ziua. Îi zic stop, piua că n-apuc ziua.
Și-mi zice damelo, origine hitana, pun mâna pe trupul ei, devin Carlos Santana. Dacă să-i mai dau, am nevoie aer să iau. Eu nu-s gelos, dar mă că-mi face să fiu loco. Nu spune țancă, ci si Freddy sau Rocco. Am avut viața asta plină de femei, dar niciuna nu spunea domnule Grey. Și-mi zice damelo, origine hitana, pun mâna pe trupul ei, devin Carlos Santana. Dacă să-i mai dau, am nevoie aer să iau. Hop, piua, aha, că n-apuc ziua. Hop, piua, că n-apuc ziua. Și-mi zice damelo, origine hitana, pun mâna pe trupul ei, devin Carlos Santana. Dacă să-i mai dau, am nevoie aer să iau. Vai șamar, nebuna mea se mișcă supranatural. Vai șamar, mai vădoală, scrie pe mine direct pe zie de boală. Și-mi zice damelo, origine hitana, pun mâna pe trupul ei, devin Carlos Santana. Dacă să-i mai dau, am nevoie aer să iau.
M-ai iubit dacă aș fi băiatul bun, dacă nu m-aș da cu vrejale și parfum. Dacă în loc de vorbe o să trec la fapte, sau mă vrei la fel să te uit după o noapte. M-ai iubit dacă aș fi băiatul bun, dacă nu m-aș da cu vrejale și parfum. Dacă în loc de vorbe o să trec la fapte, sau mă vrei la fel să te uit după o noapte. Ții cu mine pasul, de ce mă întreb panicată cât e ceasul? Mă știe și tasul, că sunt vagabond și-am făcut milioane cu glasul. Cu vrăjeala ta ai scos din mâneca mea asul. Pune-te în dreapta și ascunde poșeta, pune-te pe mine de la o parte jacheta, că te joci cu focul ca bricheta și ai vorbele tăioase ca maceta. Nu e bine, nu e bine, o să plec, nu o să poți să uiți de mine. Nu e bine, nu e bine, o să plec, nu o să poți să uiți de mine. M-ai iubit dacă aș fi băiatul bun, dacă nu m-aș da cu vrejale și parfum. Dacă în loc de vorbe o să trec la fapte, sau mă vrei la fel să te uit după o noapte. M-ai iubit dacă aș fi băiatul bun, dacă nu m-aș da cu vrejale și parfum. Dacă în loc de vorbe o să trec la fapte, sau mă vrei la fel să te țin pentru o noapte. Mami, sunt bagabund, trebuie să înțelegi, chiar de n-ajung acasă și perna mea-i regi. Sunt pe la concerte sau pe la distracție, e vorba de o noapte, nu ca o relație. Oh, nu se poate,
noapte Orice aș face, nimic nu-i place Nimic nu-i convine, zice că nu-i bine Și uite așa de iar vina pe mine Nu e bine, nu e bine O să plec, n-o să poți să uiți de mine Nu e bine, nu e bine O să plec, n-o să poți să uiți de mine M-ai iubit dacă aș fi băiatul bun Dacă nu m-aș da cu vrejale și parfum Dacă în loc de vorbe o să trec la fapte Sau mă vrei la fel să te uit după o noapte M-ai iubit dacă aș fi băiatul bun Dacă nu m-aș da cu vrejale și parfum Dacă în loc de vorbe o să trec la fapte Sau mă vrei la fel să te țin pentru o noapte Și fi băiatul bun Cu vrejale și parfum O să trec la fapte Să te țin pentru o noapte
Mai băiatul. Dacă nu erai pe noi...
Descoperă mai mult cu YouTube Music Premium. Ascultă muzică fără anunțuri și descoperă podcasturi noi, oricând, oriunde. Încearcă o lună fără costuri.
Să ieși eu de pe joc. Un visat? Un visat prost cu aia.
Foot aussi, de mars à juin 2024, notamment. Il est passé par STMN en 2023, Arena Kizito en 2022, M Bananados en 2021. Il a que 17 ans, mais il a fait toutes les régions presque. Et tellement d'équipes.
Il y a 17 ans, il a commencé sa carrière en 2021. Très bien, très bien.
En analyste.
En analyste, ouais.
C'est ça qui est pas mal aussi. Pour peut-être des gens qui sont très jeunes, d'avoir une approche e-sport en tant que manager ou en tant que coach ou en tant qu'analyste. Tout comme Guesti, on l'a dit, qui pour l'instant est coach en attendant. Et pour revenir sur la ranked, ouais, c'est les 3 premiers du... Attends, quoi? Ils sont déjà pros?
Ah mais ça fait 3-4 jours.
Ouah, c'est grave.
Et tu connais la tech? On me l'a appris hier.
Non.
En fait, ils mettent tous leurs brawlers à 0 trophée. Et après, tu joues forcément que contre des bots. Jusqu'à Master. Jusqu'à Pro, pardon.
C'est quoi cette histoire-là?
C'est pas mal, non?
Bon, bah...
On Ring of Fire, let's see if those two teams have figured out the calculations that has to be done on Ring of Fire. On the one hand, I really don't envy those players. Back when I was still playing competitively, you would either play something to break open the map or poke a double tank. That was basically all there was. Now we have double the amount of brawlers. On the other hand, though, I do love to see the draft. It's one of the most interesting parts to me of all of Brawl esports. Ali, Kaze, and Finks is going to be banned out on the left-hand side. Finks, a brawler we haven't seen in a while. And then Bonnie, of course, she's going to show up again here. We're in SA, Draco, and Hank on the other side. Lumi is left open. Lumi's going to be picked up. And Ark, you said we're not going to see a Lu. You're still sure about that?
Not so much at the moment. No, I'll be honest. I mean, I prefer the Lumi first pick. I feel like Lumi is kind of always that first pick brawler in the current meta when not banned. As long as the other ones, the heavy hitters are sort of considered highly enough. But certainly, I feel like for this kind of map, we could be seeing Charlie coming in potentially here. Maybe Hank is banned. To be fair, sometimes this team have brought in Crow, which is a very South American idea. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's just kind of worth a mention. Gray gonna come in. Definitely going to be opening potential to some big tanky brawlers to combine in to really reach that middle of the map. Rank is one there for them. The Jae Young maybe could be their third and final pick to combine with it. But certainly the Grey does open up some dimensional doors, and that's a dangerous prospect. I feel like Alpha 7 will have to really heavily consider that if they don't go with the tank now, it could be their third and final pick, and that's kind of the way that I would play this.
Oh, a little Pam coming in here. So a little bit of oppression maybe towards those tanks, and especially somebody with a scrap sucker and that gadget that Pam has is a really good way of eliminating Ambo. That's something that Amber in particular is really good. So if Pam is playing into an Amber, a more popular one I would say right now in the meta, it definitely helps cut that off. So maybe one damage dealer dealt with here. And also if they want to go with those tankier brawlers, well, Pam's a pretty good way of dealing with that. Visibility on top of that, a healing station for coverage. I think there's a lot that Pam brings to the table, in particular on this map. It's not an everywhere kind of brawler, but I definitely think it deserves a little love here.
Yeah, Griff, Alpha 7 gives them some options for sure to break in, especially with both the bush and the wall side there as well. It was Alpha 7's top pick in scrims on this map, so makes a lot of sense for me. Finks was another one that was banned out by Phoenix, which was noted in their kind of scrims also. Sharpshooters were definitely for them, the Byrons and the Bells as well, so that kind of encapsulates pretty much every kind of option really that they've got considering the bans, unless they kind of bring something out which they've been keeping silent, and it is going to be just that actually. The Stew down there in like the 20th spot really of brawler picks on this map. It's got a high win rate though at 58%, so I mean it's definitely going to be one of those brawler picks that's not going to be for everyone, but for Alpha 7 we've already seen it in Brawl Ball, and it was the brawler which Ice Crew just popped off on. For that reason I kind of like it.
Definitely two interesting drafts so far. I mean, really, all things considered, we talk about how aggressive of a meta this is, but, you know, we see Kaze and Ollie and we see Draco and Hank up in that band stage. At some point, you're just running out of these really aggressive options that teams love. Out are the days of Kenji being a frequent pick right now, so it's Mr. P as that final selection. The extra spawners, I think Mr. P's in a sneaky, you know, he's not OP, he's not an S-tier brawler, but he's in a sneaky good spot, I would say.
It's kind of ironic that just in that little technical pause, and I mentioned brawlers that South America have kind of deviated away from.
That's right.
And joined other regions this year and kind of just going with what is solid meta. And we're seeing Stu and Mr. P in the same game. I mean, it's like they're actually listening to the stream and giving me my wish, because that's what made, for me, South America so great last season. It was the Stu picks. It really was. And Mr. P, of course, has always been a staple in South America. Definitely a nod there to kind of really focus a lot of their attention onto that Stu, which was a problematic brawler in the last set. So I don't mind it, but certainly other brawlers on the field from Alpha 7 are going to tear through those porters.
Golden in a powerful position right now. Coway trying to eliminate the ammo. Not enough, though. Stun does not quite connect on the raid of foot. They're going to take advantage of that lone healing station in the corner. And Stu just circling, waiting for an enemy to show up, diving forward. In and out he goes. That's the specialty. It's hard to keep an eye on him. It's hard to aim at him. And Berbao getting an elimination there just extends Alpha 7's dominant start. They're already at 50.
Yeah, they've done work. Absolute work. Healing station goes down for Kai, but it's looking a bit weary now. He's just popping there, the scrapyard sucker, but still struggling to really break through this right-hand side. Ready for going in at just the wrong time. The hypercharge for Berbao. Didn't even need the super to be able to take care of him now as they approach almost 90% on the Alpha 7 esports side. Not a single look in really for Phoenix. Let's be completely honest, just a measly 10% now. And the game's almost over. In fact, it is.
Not even double digits for the blue side. I mean, nobody was home there in game number one. That was brutal. Really interesting to see that Mr. P pick come out, especially into the likes of a Griff. They were tearing open the map, and traditionally I think Mr. P relies on those spawners to get some choke points, some pressure, and instead it's just kind of a Mr. P as a longer range option. So it definitely a little bit puzzling. Gonna have to see some serious adjustments from Phoenix here, otherwise Alpha 7 will be progressing towards semifinals.
Both sides taking the time to enter the zone, but it's Alpha 7 which dip their tippy toe in first. Ready for on the left-hand side, low. Have to be cautious here, and Golden approaching. Speed zone down for Ice Crow. Oh, look at that. Dirty from Berbao. On that right-hand side, that grid pick paying dividends again. The top pick in scrims. Now you can start to see why.
Ice Crow's been dropping that pin all day long, and it'll never not be funny to me, but right now, I fear it is all too true. Almost up to 40% now. Finally, Phoenix have a little bit of percentage points. They have gotten into double digits. They've cleared the way with Alpha 7. They need to get some serious time in possession here, otherwise it's going to be another early exit.
I think Ice Crow did pretty well there in the middle of the zone against three players, dancing around it. Hypercharge now for Raided Foot, only finds one. Berbao has his now coming in down the middle. And that's going to pierce through the wall, close the gap as well. The healing station as well. We're going to take a beating there. Wesley just now has got nothing behind it. No utility to be able to heal from. Pops a gadget out there, now has the porters. But again, so much time being wasted in this early game. And Alpha 7 know that. If they can deprive the Mr. P of the hypercharge, that's their best game plan.
Ice Crow essentially battling alone, waiting for backup from Griff. Berbao now in the mix here as the healing station's on the ground. Super goes out, no real contact. Hypercharge porters, that's where Mr. P starts to have some fun. And still catching up to do, but a team wipe there will certainly help the cause for Phoenix.
Yeah, this is dangerous now for Alpha 7, as they've got to be able to not only just overtake the mid, but get to that porter spawner. Take care of it. And Ice Crow is doing a pretty decent job of making some space here, but he's got no support from his team. Golden coming in now, but it's a bit of a scrap. So far, Phoenix are back in business. The healing station behind Wesley as well, and that takedown, especially of Golden, will help him secure the game at a very precarious time for his team.
Complete turnaround from game number one. Didn't even hit 10%, and instead Phoenix step up when it matters most. This is the number 5 and the number 6 seed from this region. Limited World Finals and LCQ spots on the line, and with only 2 months to go, including this one, wins are necessary if they want hopes of a postseason. Phoenix, once again, they're going to be fighting for their tournament, if not possibly their postseason lives.
So much at stake now, and Alpha 7 will better start, get on the zone and into position Ice Crow now is going to have to come backwards slightly here. Be able to heal up, be able to support the bow. He's taking a lot of shots there from Cal. Almost went down himself there. Speed zone taken quickly care of. And now Phoenix in a much healthier position now as a result of that healing station. Able to contest better. Ice Crow struggling now a lot more. And Golden, though, coming in for his team at just the right time. The ice goes down. But most importantly, the left-hand side flank has allowed his teammates to get back on the zone.
This is what happened in game number 1. Golden got in a prime position and just never let it go. Rate of Foot just can't keep up with the range right now. Ice Crow stepping up and stepping out. And now Penguins just trying to fly up the right side of this map. There's the extra porter that they needed. Ice Crow super available. Trying to go with this Pam. A healing station to keep Wesley alive. Gadget going down for Ice Crow. They immediately eliminate it. And the clock just keeps ticking down. And the percentage points upward for Alpha 7. They're already at 75.
Oh, Wesley's down there as well. Golden gets a nice pickup there as well for his team. Got hypercharge now. Look at that. Super beautiful stuff there as well for the pickup. 90%. And Alpha 7 Esports now have just got to stay on the zone and hold themselves firm. And even if they don't, they've got such a substantial lead. Ice Crow knows it himself. He's spinning. But that, imagine if that comes back around. It should be all good. Golden going with the hypercharge. Gets it done for Alpha 7. A great turnaround when things were looking so evenly split down the middle. But Alpha 7 emerge victorious.
Big time taunt right there. Thank goodness it did not come back to bite them. Alpha 7 once again marching towards the semifinals. This has been a second half of the year kind of team. They had some good stuff in the first half, but have really come alive here. And despite being knocked down to that lower bracket, they are going to emerge again once here today.
On a 5th slot at the moment in the leaderboards, they might not be able to take World Finals today already, but they can still lock in for LCQ. Alpha 7 did it so far. Quarterfinals out of the way, semifinals up next. It's not going to be an easy one though. Loud is going to face up against them next. We have 9 kills on Golden, most DPS on Ice Crow. Love to see that on a Stu. We don't see that too often. Very well played once again. Good picks on both sides to me. I'm just still puzzled every time I see a Mr. P. We see it last week could come out of SK. Did not work for them. Did not work for Phoenix today either. Is Mr. P a secret weapon or just like, we don't know what to pick, let's just try something ridiculous?
I mean, I wouldn't say it worked. I mean, I think into the face of a wall break, it was certainly interesting. I'd love for some pro players to break that one down. Like we said before, Ring of Fire is a tough one to draft into. I mean, we talked about it for a while there in terms of strategy. Loud versus Alpha 7, though, certainly an interesting semifinals number 1. But this lower side of the bracket is something we all have been looking forward to today. I think it's one of the most interesting one of the monthly finals across the world. I have no idea who's going to win that semifinals number 2. Heck, I don't even know who's going to get there.
We're gonna figure out very soon. I'm super excited for the next one. It's gonna be BC Gaming SA or Dropeados FA that will take that one. Once again, a very close match between the 3rd seed and Dropeados. A little bit further down, but they still have a chance for LCQ as well. So let's see if they can claim it today or if BC Gaming will actually will make a little bit of a sabotage, throw in some chaos into Loud and SK Kalala sitting at this top spot for World Finals. We're gonna see very soon. We have a quick break so you can rehydrate and get some snacks. still in July, we're still in the monthly finals, and we are in South America this time around. We're bringing Ready back as well. You people that are watching here, or on Twitch, on YouTube, wherever you're watching, or over at eventofbrawlstars.com, we're able to vote for the MVP. Ready, who is it for you? Do you agree with
Tell me it's
folks?
Icecrow. There we go. Yeah, I agree with the folks, and I totally didn't have any kind of premonition that he was going to be MVP for this match.
Sure.
Just all around great gameplay from the entire team. Icecrow is, Icecrow is a definite standout from that last set there from Alpha 7 Esports, but I think everyone did their share. You saw the stats. Everyone was top of the category in some regard.
With a 3-0 in the first quarterfinal, 3-1 in the second, this means now we're heading into a 3-2, right? It should be a little bit of a closer one. It's going to be a good one either way, though. It's BC Gaming SA versus Dropeados. On the one hand, we have a team that is very much still in control of their post-season destiny. They had a very solid bracket run in the qualifiers, and with the new addition, Jubileo, moving over from Casa Brawl, they're showing a lot of promise, Ark.
Yeah, again, so surprising to see this many roster movements in this region for this month. But again, this is what this region, what this season means to this region. And sometimes if you're underperforming slightly, you've got to make some adaptations. And I think it's a pretty decent idea to put and implement this into the squad. A new lease of blood and some new ideas can make the world of difference.
Yeah, this is really cool, because how often do you really see a player trade in Brawl Stars? I can't even remember the last time we legitimately saw two players swap positions for each other, so this is going to be quite curious. I wonder how Jubileo is going to fit into BC Gaming SA.
I don't know who initiated that swap, but very lucky for whoever Orc was that the other team also wanted to switch. Very fortunate for both of those teams as well, that they have been showing some great scrim rates. So for both of them, it seems like that swap has worked out so far. Let's see if it also will in the monthly finals. Their opponents, named Dropeados FA. Assume that they got dropped from somewhere. We of course know that they have been Legion Otaku, then Cross Gaming, before they changed their name to Dropeados FA, moving away from both of those orgs now. Under that new name, let's see how they will perform, Ark.
Yeah, hopefully better than previous months, I'll say that. It's definitely been a tough season, never escaping the quarterfinals, getting to match point in March versus Casa Brawl, but aside from that, never really getting more than just that singular set before conceding the rest of their opponents. It's it's a participation award for sure. We need to see more. We need to see them make semis realistically here for the majority of us to really side against them. It's also for them rather. It's really been quite a tough season.
They're the underdogs, but not totally out of the picture. I feel for them, it's really now or never to still be in the postseason race. They need to make a deep run today, which they didn't manage to do before, but there's always a first, right? Ready? I feel like if they would beat BC Gaming SA today, the third seed in the region, they might as well go all the way.
That would be ridiculous if they're able to pull that one off. I'm still... I don't mean to say it's impossible. I just mean it would be very impressive. But I feel like they're very committed to getting those top 8 trophies right there. You can see Portox has already hoarded 4 of them, so maybe he's looking to get number 5. Maybe he'll be nice enough to share with BC Gaming SA, because no one's ever been nice enough to beat them in a quarterfinal yet.
Well, we'll see what happens. At least I did take a set from SK Kalolas last month. SK Kalolas ended up in the finals, coming second in the end. So that's already something that they can write into their books of their successes. Let's see if they can make it even further today. Maybe take 2 sets or even make it into the semis, Arc. The predictions are in and they speak a clear language. People at home think that BC Gaming will take this one.
I think that's kind of fair, maybe a little bit extreme, maybe 70-30, 75-25, something like that, really. But, BC Gaming have been consistently making semis, made the grand finals of March. You kind of have to look at that by comparison to say that, they are the favorites in this quarterfinals matchup. For Dropeados, in terms of their, qualifying as well, nothing really too much to talk about there, really. Losing to Lao, but not really any big, massive win under their belt in that regard. So definitely the underdogs here, and a team that have struggled to find their footing this season. But let's see whether these roster movements might make a difference here Certainly for BC Gaming, though, I feel like it's going to probably just kind of elevate them more.
BC Gaming want to repeat what they did before. They came into the finals once in March. They want to make it that far at least. I love to see those predictions, by the way, because the closest one so far from the people who voted was between Loud and the Gnosis Esports. So they were definitely sticking or holding together with those underdogs. The Gnosis did lose 3-0 in the end. Let's see if Dropeados can prove the haters wrong. Only 8% voted for them. We're heading into our first draft. Bonnie is going to be featured once again, banned out here, so the first pick has to be a different one. I would have definitely hoped to see her on this map. Very good on this map, together with anything that can go over water or, again, deliver a lot of control. Lumi's going to be that first pick here. I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw some Ellie here. No, she's banned out. Never mind. Draco maybe as a tank option. Maybe an Eve and Angelo, something like that, Kenny. Ready, sorry.
I'll be Kenny for a moment. Nice. I would likewise be surprised if Ali showed up because, yeah, she's like a must ban here. You look at all those bushes, you look at the water. It is an Ali's paradise, and we might just spend most of our lives living in there. But you know who else can occupy that? Something else that can throw over water, or excuse me, float over water, and that's going to be Eve. Decently solid selection, but I think it gets countered by a lot of stuff. And, you know, besides getting that initial mid control, gets outmatched in a lot of situations. Crow is going to be here to keep that control. So the strategy from BC Gaming is going to be pretty much get the initial control or just get the positioning with Eve, and then they'll have Crow come in to hold it for as long as possible.
Coming in for Dropeados, it's their kind of second highest brawler in scrims, the top one being the Kaze, which isn't banned out, so it could still make an appearance here for them, which would finalize a pretty decent comp in my opinion here for them. Let's see. Crow coming back in for South America, definitely going to be taking the place there of the Bonnie, being banned out on the side of Dropeados as well. I think it's actually making a bit of a comeback. I don't mind it as much. Carl, though, is going to be the final pick to the Dropeados comp there. Probably which I quite like, actually. Certainly going to be, yeah, the Kaze. I thought they would have picked that up, to be honest, on the side of Dropeados. They went with the Carl. Personally, I do prefer the Kaze myself, so I'm very much looking forward to this BC Gaming comp. I think that Eve, despite not being the flashiest of brawlers with the Angelo ban, makes some sense to pick up the Eve in that situation there, as you know, you're not going to be running into that sort of on that side of things. But yeah, I think the Kaze is really, really such a good brawler. I'm just surprised that Dropeados went with the Carl. Not to say that Carl's a bad brawler. Definitely can get some good value for sure. And a very, very strong gadget as well, with the heat ejector on the safe. But the Kaze, I just feel, does have a bit of the advantage here.
Well, Carl, in my opinion, is here specifically to deal with the Eve. Just so good into her, but ends up trading on the right side pretty much immediately. It's going to be an advantage for BC Gaming SA, and they have their brawlers in precisely the positions that they want. You see Carl's going to be looking for this matchup on the right side, trying to keep Jubileu at bay, but cannot stand inside of that super. Jubileu now rotating over towards this Lumi on the left side. That is definitely his target. He is on his man, and he's also keeping the distance, trying to play around this corner. It's going to be the first shield coming out of Dropeados FA safe. BC Gaming SA are in just perfect position. They have all the right matchups that they want. Derp also is safe and sound over here. Even getting the wall peep versus Carl, and getting that hypercharge super pop down.
Jubileu is going crazy. Lovely attention to detail there, just to ensure the maximum damage onto the safe every single time. Staying alive, he's just been untouchable for his team, and now that's safe. All the stages are down, and BC Gaming are in that finalization stage. Loka going in now with the defense booster, shielding for that gadget. Again, quite a rarity to see, but one that I think's definitely used quite a lot in this region. Now trickling down from 15% as well. And Dropeados so slow to the mark. Fanstorm on the safe now as well. And surely this one's all done.
Pretty much blown out of the water here. BC Gaming with a rockstar start. Jubileu with the jubilation after a single game win. I mean, they made it look pretty easy there. They got exactly the trades that they wanted off the beginning. They had positioning for Eve and Crow. Those are the brawlers that they needed at mid to hold control. And they've sent Jubileu up aggressive versus Lumi so reliably. He's going to be looking for the instant matchup versus Brian right off rip. And Derp should be getting this kill versus Bast on the right side. Oh, wow. Okay. Definite misplay here from Eve that gives the initial control to the right side. But Bast cannot hold back Jubileu. He's specifically here to respond to that Lumi and also to generate some otherwise aggression. BC Gaming have that control of mid for now.
Brian going in, finds Jubilee, Loco there as well, able to stay standing. Portox much healthier in HP. These shots have got to land though. A lot of the survivability of BC Gaming cannot be left unchecked. Jubilee on the left-hand side does find that pickup. Now Bast on the right-hand side does need to be taken down himself at 516. Does need to stop shooting and start healing. Derp in the mid now, going to pop these bow mines as well and actually evade those Lumi Morning Stars from recurring back. So nice stuff from him, and nice got to go gadget as well. And BC Gaming, they're just looking really quite comfortable, just clearing house on all lanes, keeping everyone low, staying in mid, great control.
Dropayato's FA are looking at some comeback potential though. They at least have a hypercharge for Brian, who's trying to stay away from this Crow. Crow is a hypercharge now as well. It's perfect. Whoa, what a takedown for Bast on the right side. He can't really get control. He's struggling to get inside of this mid. Portox, much of the same, though thankfully these walls have been broken open. It's pretty excellent for Dropayato's FA, and here comes the super in from Brian. But Loco manages to weather it, and Derp picks up the kill. Now hypercharged super in from Portox. It's going to be tons of damage on the save, and look at that. He's also popping the gadget to get some additional damage. Only 9% to speak of for Dropayato's FA. They're doing a better job of defending this time, but now they're throwing caution to the wind, leaving their save entirely open to try and commit for a base raise.
Oh, unfortunate timing. Unfortunate timing there on the hypercharge of the Crow as the heist safe was shielded there. But I'm just so blown away by how Jubilee is playing right now on this Kaze. I mean, some fantastic shots down to the Carl of Brian to then leave him for his teammates to pick up the marks. Really on the way through as well, just spot on. And I think the stats are going to be really much in his favor now as this game is all over. Dropiatus had not a single look in really. A couple of moments here and there, but it just never felt like BC Gaming lost control.
And I feel like Dropiatus are quite well aware as well. I mean, you see Lumi spinning and shooting there at the end. That Crow hypercharge was quite suspect. I feel like BC Gaming are quite aware. It's a good thing that a misplay like that didn't cost him this one, and I think it's going to be a bit of a wake-up call to lock in real quick because they are still vulnerable here, even though they are the expected victim.
Yeah, with the new heist, all you have to look out for is that bubble. You want to pop it as quickly as possible, and when it's shortly before the pop, you maybe don't want to hypercharge Crow on it, but it happened and they still won. So all good for BC Gaming SA so far. To me, it's just super funny how I have to completely rewire my brain. Every single time I see Jubilee, I'm thinking, oh, Casa Brawl is playing. Oh, never mind. We're not there yet. They're going to play in quarterfinal number 4. He definitely stood out to me here. Kaze, phenomenal into the Lumi. Carl and Bo has 3 free kills, does so much damage onto safe arc. You mentioned it coming into the draft already, how strong she is. It's a surprise to me that she's even been open and that she's not been picked up until that last pick there.
Yeah, it was the final pick, and Dropiatus is #1 brawler in scrims. Definitely going to be kicking themselves for that. You can't really make those kinds of mistakes. It was theirs for the taking, and they went with the call.
New Horizons is up next, one of the new maps that we haven't seen in June. We did see it already last weekend in East Asia and EMEA, and it's a map that has brought out some new ideas. We have seen the resurrected comp around Ruffs, where you just want to play him with the healing star power to just give your teammates an amount of HP that is out of the park. And yeah, it's just something that we haven't seen in a very long time. Ruffs, maybe a Jean paired with it, can work on this map, and it's something that we haven't seen all year until last weekend. Ready?
If there's anywhere we're going to see it, it's got to be on New Horizons. This map brings out all the cheese because you have the strategy of waiting behind an obstacle for the entire round and then rearing your ugly head to cheese whatever it may be. And that could be a kit, that could be a buster, whatever can sit behind a wall and get super for free. Daryl as well. Is totally viable here, and it's going to be the objective of the bans, of course, to get a good first pick and to prevent good first picks, but also to prevent some of that cheese. Some of the stronger things have already been banned out. Of course, you got to acknowledge that alley, which curiously is banned out by BC Gaming SA because they anticipated Dropiatus would give it to them. So good call on their part. Dropiatus FA also getting rid of a great first selection in the Jean. They have left the Angelo open.
Bunny's balanced out here. No surprises. Angelo is going to be one of the best brawlers to have on here. You do have some water you can go on, and he also has one of the longest ranges in the game, so it makes sense on an open map like this one. As Reddy has mentioned already, you want some of those brawlers that get super for free. I wouldn't be too surprised to see a Buster or a Daryl. Instead, we are seeing Hank once again. Paired with the Jae-Young, he has something in the back to always heal him up again, giving the speed when he needs it. Do like that comp so far from Dropeados.
They haven't really scrimmed this match too much, actually, but the Hank was by far their number one pick there on the side of Dropeados. BC Gaming now, certainly with the Gus ban, it was their number one pick in scrims, so good awareness by Dropeados, but the Kaze is definitely still a dangerous brawler, which they would love to pick up for themselves. The Bell as well, could be a good shout for them. Yeah, they like the long range stuff, so going to be choosing that one first. Wouldn't be at all surprised if the next one is the Kaze, but Buster as well, Otis as well. Those brawlers can definitely be a problem. Yeah, it's kind of like what they want to have. The only brawler which they haven't got is the Gus. Everything else is by far their top played brawlers on this map. So I don't mind the bans for Dropeados, but the Gus was definitely the most targeted. I think the others are mainly just kind of what they don't want to play into.
I don't think they want to play into something that synergizes, right, around that Gus. You can pick up the Gus and then go something aggressive. They didn't really feel like dealing with that late game. BC Gaming SA, they're opting for really like double snipers and then an assassin. So that's going to make Jae-Young a little bit more vulnerable. I really think Jae-Young should win like a 1v1 matchup against Kaze, as long as he's in healing mode and he has that gadget ready. So that's something to look out for. That Kaze is going to be getting some positioning for BC Gaming SA, though I do find them a bit vulnerable sort of towards the later stages. It's going to be very important that Bell gets some nest eggs in the vital positions, and also that Angelo gets a super for the end game. If he doesn't, then they are pretty much guaranteed to lose that round, just because of the health that is going to be boasted by the combo of Jae-Young and that Hank at the same time. Lanes seem to be going fairly well for BC Gaming FA off rip though. Dropeados FA don't seem very intent on combining that Jae-Young and the Hank up at the beginning of the game. Instead, they're playing 3 individual lanes, curiously.
Yeah, Derp's going to get a ton of value if Dropeados are not careful, especially if they're bunching the Kaze. Look at that, nice reverse polarity gadget as I'm speaking, and yeah, you can't really turn your back. And I'm just a bit concerned with how little Dropeados have really been kind of scrimming the maps to the God in the quarterfinals, and maybe they're just feeling really confident with going full to the semis, but so far, bunched together against a Bell is pretty much the first thing that you don't do, and you can just see the value just coming off the back of this as now Jubilair as well behind the line of action. It's looking really quite bleak already for Dropeados. We're only just getting started in this set.
That was kind of strange to watch there. I feel like Portox had that kill and he had a little bit too much trigger discipline. Opted to not fire off the bubble at all, and what would have otherwise been a kill onto Jubilee, who's going to be sneaking up invisibly on the left side. He's got his hypercharge. Same for Derp as well. I mean, sheesh, it was practically served to him on a silver platter in the last game. Here comes the hypercharge in from Jubilee. Free kill, and could honestly be a round victory for BC Gaming SA at this point, since they have such an advantage, but is swiftly taken back by Brian to bring us down to a 2v2.
Yeah, quite crucial. Brian going to try and make something of this, but missing the shots is not how you get it done. Fortunately, prior to the mech going down on the side of BC Gaming, the Hank was marked, and that is a saving grace for themselves. Now, Jubilee goes in right at that time of weakness, and they should be able to clear up this pipe and no problems at all. Brian going to try to make it a bit more challenging and difficult, but the round surely we're going the way of BC Gaming. Brian's not going to go down that easy, but the gas coming in, he's got nowhere to go. And this game then, as swiftly as that, goes the way of BC Gaming.
I feel like there was potential, really, for Dropeados to get that very first round there. If maybe Portox had gotten the kill on Kaze, which I feel like he absolutely should have. He had the 4K bubble, and Kaze was in position. Totally possible for Dropeados FA to get something done here. What they haven't really been able to deal with is this aggression from Jubilee. They're going to keep the same lanes as game number 1, which didn't work out for them, but what they're hoping to do better on is to keep that positioning, and so far it's been quite a success. Here comes some healing as well into Portox to keep him alive. And Dropeados FA are falling into pretty similar positions to last time. Now that Jubilee doesn't have his positioning from the beginning of the round, I would say there's a chance. But Portox is being pretty obedient when it comes to falling back in the face of pressure.
Gonna surely fall now as well as Jubilee comes in straight for the juggler. Almost finds 2. Brian forced to jump away there. And it is a 3 versus 2 scenario. Loco is still there on the bottom side, just floating on that water. And immediately Dropiados back to old ways. The deficit's not going to be going in their favor in this regard. Fanstorm out for Juby as well. And on the right-hand side, Bast trying to get some utility down, but not really working alongside his teammates. It seems to me just a little bit, not really handing any hills or speed over to his team, just kind of always doing his own thing. And Jaeyoung is a support brawler. You need to support your team with it. And so far, Dropiados is doing none of that.
It's been an extremely disjointed strategy from Dropiados FA so far. They are finally going to combine this in perhaps a bit of a last-ditch effort. We'll see if it works for them. They've got the speed, they've got the healing on the Portox, but the hypercharge comes in from Derp. He's immediately marking up this Piper. It's going to make her quite vulnerable, especially to Loco on the right side. Meanwhile, on the left, Portox is just holding his position. This is what I really expected the strategy to be. That's a kill from Loco off screen. On the right side, Portox is going to be in hot pursuit. No jump from Loco either. So Dropiados FA are able to drop this down to a 2v2.
Now we really do need to see that Jaeyoung work with the Hank. Certainly to bring in some speed to moving forwards, but running the heal at the moment. They're playing much defensively, and these bell shots continue to ricochet. Jubilee on the left-hand side, lurking in. Now thinking better of it as the gas comes in. It does leave a bit of an opening door. Derp is going to capitalize down on, gets Bast marked up there as well, and Bast will fall, making this Hank takedown far more straightforward. There's a hypercharge though. All is not done. Derp is low, Jubilee is low as well. It's a 1v1. Can Portox do it? No! BC Gaming seal and secure it. The set is theirs.
Potential once again to bring things home, but the positioning was just expert there from Bell. I feel like it could have been taken back by Hank if that little hypercharged torpedo from Hank hadn't been dodged. I saw opportunities for Dropiados FA to make this work, but in the end, BC Gaming SA, I think they had a better comp and they had way better mechanics.
Portox there in the end. The dream was there, but yeah, it just didn't work out in the end. He did get 2 kills, most on his team. Once again, Kaze, last pick from BC Gaming, hands them the win, I feel. So much pressure that they were able to do with her. Jubileo really popping off on that brawler. Of course, Bell also with a lot of kills, but also thanks to Jubileo just doing so much pressure at all times. The Hank just couldn't do the same, even though he had a healer in the back arc.
Yeah, did he really? That's my point. Like, the Jaeyoung just really wasn't doing anything at all. And, I mean, it's not got the... Yeah, I'm just saying how it is. I mean, you saw the donut for yourself in the stats. I mean, it's not got the lowest of play rates. It's, got a relatively high play rate, to be fair. But the win rate's down at 40%. It's just not really the map that caters for it. I mean, if you're working with a strategy, a firm strategy in mind, and you're there to support your team, then sure, it can work. But I just felt like it was so disjointed.
No, I like the bold statements. Keep them coming, honestly. At least it gives us something to talk about. Reddy, would you also say that Jaeyoung wasn't doing anything?
I wouldn't say he was not doing anything. I feel like they had to spread out so they didn't surrender a lane, and it wound up with him not really supporting the Hank that much, unfortunately. Just the lanes didn't work in their favor overall. Also, the Piper didn't really do all that much for him. Piper's not that great into Bell. It's an okay sniper response, but Bell should win that. And I really think that Bell did most of the heavy lifting for that composition from BC Gaming SA. And I feel like Dropiados FA need to heavily take that into account in this next draft so they're not so vulnerable to the brawler that profits so much off of you staying close together.
I think Hank wasn't the wrong idea to pick him up, especially when your opponents have a thrower, to make sure he doesn't just hide behind walls, but maybe not as a first pick. Heading over to Rise Season, very similar concept. You want to get those kills in, and this is the map where originally that Ruff's comp was founded that I was talking about. Let's see if we're gonna see it again today, or if that's just something that works and is tested in EMEA. Jean, Kaze, and Ellie are going to be banned out on the right-hand side. Angelo, first pick from the BC Gaming once again. Yeah, something that has already worked out for them on the previous map. Now in Rise Season, it's going to be just as good because you have that long-ranged face-off in mid.
Certainly surprised to see it, though. The Gus was BC Gaming's top pick here by far. And Angelo wasn't really kind of used that much, and that could be meaning that they just kind of kept it in the back pocket, kept it away from the stats, and just so confident in that regard. they're just going to be able to bring it out with the Gust, then swiftly picked up by Dropiadas. Yeah, interesting stuff. Hank is available here, going to be going with the Lumi first. I don't mind that at all. But the Hank here is definitely a fearful brawler that I think is going to be highly considered here. I feel like, it's the kind of map for it. It's hard to kind of push into and great to push against. So let's see what BC Gaming are thinking next. But certainly the Bell would be a good counter towards the Hank if they want to kind of lock that in for themselves and then double down with it. I wouldn't be opposed to that whatsoever. Kenji as well was another one that they kind of flaunted around. Bell, maybe Hank next.
Worthy prediction though. So BC Gaming is say they're going with like the same old. I think Angelo is always going to be an amazing first pick. Bell with the traps, he can get free kills. Carl counters a bunch of different stuff and also slices through stuff that would usually trip up that Bell. It's also going to keep them pretty, I think, secure against anything that needs to stay close together. Here comes the Ollie. That could be marked up by the Bell, so there's some play there. Ollie's also going to be able to use Hypnosis to punish this Carl. So I'm seeing massive potential here for Dropeado's FA. I want to see who gets that blue star first. My expectation is that it's going to be BC Gaming SA because they do have Carl, so they should be getting that blue star. And then opt to play defensively for the entire time. So it means that Dropeado's FA are going to have to synergize around pretty much camping BC Gaming SA's spawn, hopefully getting a kill and then being able to get out of there. But look at this. Loco has opted not even to go for that gadget. So it's debatable which gadget he's going for, but given that he didn't use the flying hook already, I would say he's probably running the heat ejector.
Wow, the Dropiadas. It's so hard to kind of feel like they've got much of a chance here despite having a really solid comp, because they just haven't shown us anything yet. And so far, that's the first star going their way, but it was probably more a mistake from the side of BC Gaming than anything else on a map that's really kind of quite tough to push into. Jubilator should be running the wall piercing side of things on the gadget front, so let's see whether that can get any value as well. That's going to come in now and hypnotize Loco, forcing him back into the spawn. That's a great synergy with the Lumi there as well. So Dropiadas, as soon as I'm saying that they're likely to fall, they're actually proving me wrong, and I'm all for it.
They're going for this defensive playstyle, with Portox doing a lot of that heavy lifting. He's got the Morning Stars down, and now he's just looking for the best positions to get that gadget online. Especially if someone from BC dares step into the range, would they be forced to slide forward and then Portox and Brian can punish? They're going to look for it on... Whoa! What a move from Loco! I don't think anyone saw that coming. Yeah, a well-deserved spin. He didn't reveal to anyone that he was running Flying Hook, and it cost a super for Dropeados, cost him a life on the left side as well. And now BC Gaming SA are closing in, just a 1-star margin.
A nice mark there from Derp as well, on the highest starred player on the side of Dropeados. So if they can just find him, or Brian is lurking on that mid side at low HP, and Jubilair might be able to pop a gadget here, potentially through the wall. Doesn't even need to do that. Finds it round the side. And as quickly as that, and there's the second as well. Lovely stuff for BC Gaming now, certainly on the retreat, and with so little time on the side of Dropeados' hands, they can't really do much about it either, just watching this all just drip away from them. And that's going to be a match point now for BC Gaming.
Look at that. The smiles as well. That was an awesome gadget from Carl. I'm sure there are folks in the audience watching like, yeah, obviously he's running Flying Hook. But I was impressed. That was some pretty good concealment of information that managed to catch Dropeados FA off guard, cost him a Lumi super, and allowed BC Gaming SA to push in off of that. They're going to get the blue star on Jubileu this time. Dropeados FA were smart to not even try and get that blue star. They just got to find their way through mid. Portox is pinched right off rip, though. I wonder why he decided to go mid, knowing full well that he would get pinched by Derp and Jubileu. But they're really throwing anything at the wall and seeing what sticks, because they haven't really found a way to get in and punish BC Gaming in their spawn yet.
Walls look slowed, but no angle found on the side of BC. Just sitting back in the spawn as they can afford to do it at this stage of the game, and hope that Dropeados make the mistake. So far, BC Gaming have just been so consistent and so present in this series. And Dropeados falling behind. Fast there with a Hypnosis. Jubilair now able to heal, I was going to say, but Brian finds the pickup. A lovely one for him. And the blue star now with Dropeados.
BC Gaming SA playing this one nice and slow. Could be got out of position. Here comes Bast in with the super and decides, nah, not going to go for it. Had an opportunity to gadget in, but he got tripped up on that piece of sushi on the left side. Here comes a hypercharge out from Derp on the right side, marking up Brian. It's a great target, but they're all low. They lose one of their number, and now the advantage is back over to Dropeados FA. 3 members strong, looking for a nice, slow retreat out, especially with this gadget popped by Lumi. Just trying to survive in their spawn. They got to do so in the face of a hypercharge from Carl that is really just impending.
Yeah, Portox is going to be cautious here on his left-hand side. Going to get pinched between Derp and Jubilee if he's not careful here. 5 stars and the blue to the 2 of BC Gaming, but we've seen the turnaround previously. Can we see it again from BC? Time is still ticking. Brian still marked. There's 1. Blue star still Dropeados though. I don't think Brian is going to be going down anytime soon. Just getting away there on the map. Nice stuff from Dropeados. It's not over just yet. Defending up a match point. They got to do that all over again.
Naturally, we can never get a 6-0 sweep. It's the second time today that we've seen 4 game wins in a row. And then we get like a win by the team that is about to be totally swept in just 3 sets. Dropeados FA are holding on. It's still a match point for BC Gaming SA. Big move for Dropeados was getting that early game punish. Whoa, and a pick for Jubileo around the right side. It's going to be an early game advantage for BC Gaming SA and no utility for Dropeados FA to boot.
Better this time round. BC, Brian's still low. And now on the right side, so is Portox. Be very, very careful here. They're pushing into this. They're already behind. There's fast pops there. Nest Egg as well slows him down. Jubilee tapping as well. The Poison going to be tapping even more beyond that point. Brian has the shield. That's something, but he preferred to combine it and save the utility. So a bit of a tough position now for Dropeados. They've got to be able to go into this spawn side with surgical precision here. And Jubilee is still tapping Brian here. He's about to put the shield and use it on his own.
In with the gadget, that's a kill for Loco. He's looking for 2, but he's slowed down by Portox. Smart decision is to try and escape, attempting also to defend these shots, and ends up not getting hit except by 1. It was an important opportunity to heal up, and it gets him out with his life. On the left side, a kill for Derp, another one on the right for Loco. He's hypnotized. What a range from that mid-gadget for the guy. And a kill goes the way of Dropeados FA, but it's quickly avenged by BC Gaming SA. They've also gotten a hypercharge shot from Derp onto Portox, and they're looking primed and ready for a huge defense, or perhaps an offense as well to kick things off. That's a hypercharge super from Jubileu to get 1 kill and put BC Gaming SA in a winning position in the final 20 seconds.
Oh, look at Portox there, marked up and in a really tough position now, especially with no gush shielding to helping hand it. And these derp shots are going to ricochet as Loco goes in by 2. Might even get a 3rd off the back of this if he gets out the hypnosis in time. The stars go back over to Dropeados, but it's still such a substantial lead for BC Gaming, who gets it done. They're through the semis.
Well done, BC. We knew it had it in ya, and Dropeados FA are here for the 5P. They are continuing to amass those top 8 trophies, and they're only 1 month away from perfect consistency. Now, jokes aside, I am rooting for Dropeados FA to get a quarterfinals victory at some point, but you're playing one of the top teams in the region. Naturally, it's going to be a rough ride.
They didn't make it out of the quarters this month either, but maybe next month is their time finally. It's the last chance they get after all, so fingers crossed for them. BC Gaming will move on, and let's see if they make it all the way. They kind of have to if they want to be dangerous to Loud and SK Kalala sitting at that top 1 and 2 slot, and those 2 are also the world final slot. Playing well once again, but the draft, in my opinion, once again, even though we see a Goss and a Lumi, arguably 2 of the best in the current meta, I feel like the Angelo Bell and Carl just had a little bit more of a synergy, especially the Ollie to me. The last pick, I kind of disagree with it, but overall, Dropeados at least takes a game. They can be proud of themselves, and let's hope they come back stronger next month arc.
Yeah, well, they need to. they do need to. It'd be nice to see them make the semis once this season, but BC Gaming were just all over that. It was just a really, really dominant showing. There wasn't really much that we saw from Dropeados, aside from mistakes. A couple of glimmers here and there, but I think just kind of outskilled now, outmatched, to be honest.
I was especially looking out for Derp on that bell, making sure he always marked the person with the most stars on the opponent's side. Really like to see that that's exactly how you want to play that Bell, and Angelo managed to get so many kills thanks to that mark. So yeah, great synergy between those two long-range brawlers. Now we're heading over to our quarterfinal, number 4 match, the one match where not even we were really sure what to vote on. I think 2 of us, was it Reddy and me, said SK Kalalas is going to take it. After all, they did make it into the grand finals last month, and then Kenny and Ark said Kesabrul will take this one. I'm eager to see what the people at home have voted. You still have a minute to do that now, because we're heading into a quick break. Welcome back to the July monthly finals. We're on day 3. South America is going on right now. We're also done with quarterfinal number 3, now heading into the next one. Unfortunately, I can't welcome back Kenny. Unfortunately, some storms are going on in his region, but he's making sure he can be back for the next match for now. Unfortunately, we're stuck with Ark and Reddy. Really sad.
It's just the worst.
Unfortunately, we got Reddy, yeah, right. Yeah, it's unfortunate we still got Reddy, yeah.
Yeah, I totally only met one of you, sure. Yeah, we're looking at the MVP of the previous match. Reddy, who do you think it is?
Tell me, it's Jubileu? Yeah, I was correct. Okay, because Sonny decided that we weren't going to get to know who the match MVP is until it came up on screen. So I had a 1 in 3 shot at getting this right, but also Jubileu has been an important pickup for this roster, a transplant, if you will. And they absolutely swept this one away. They only lost a single game in the entire match, so a really solid quarterfinal showing from them and from Jubileu as an individual.
So far, we didn't go all the way in our quarterfinals today. 3-0 for Loud, 3-1 for Alpha 7, 3-1 for 3-0 for BC as well. And now this one could finally be a longer one. We're heading into quarterfinal number 4. It's a close one. It's Kesabrul versus SK Kalalas Ark.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I really am. And the prospect of potentially Kesabrul making semis and then facing up against their former teammate, that would be a nice storyline. But again, SKC last month, they looked really solid. For Kesabrul, it has not been that kind of Cinderella story this season for them. It's been a rough ride, and therefore the roster changes were needed. Losses in the quarterfinals of April and June, but February was a very solid one. But since then, it's kind of been dwindling down rather than getting better.
I'm super excited for this one. Sitting at that 2nd and 3rd slot, they're fighting for the 2nd world final spot in this region. Loud, pretty sure to take that first one, but who's gonna be next in line? It's, either SK Kalalas or BC Gaming. Sorry, Kesabrul sitting in that 4th slot, so they're also still fighting for their lives. Only 40 points behind SK Kalalas. We also have something lined up for you again. We had the chance to talk to Roll, and let's hear what he has to say about their match today.
SK Kalalas es uno de los equipos más difíciles de la región, sin duda alguna llevan demostrándolo durante todo el año y aunque siempre ha sido con alguna pieza diferente, siempre han conseguido hacerse incluso mejor equipo y dar muy buen espectáculo, entonces creo que va a ser un partido muy difícil. Además tenemos a Dan como entrenador que siempre consigue sacar alguna genialidad debajo del sombrero, así que nada, esperemos poder ganarles porque a pesar de ser un buen equipo, creo que mi equipo está mucho más en forma que ellos.
Kesabrul currently in that 4th slot in the leaderboards. They are sitting in that last slot for the LCQ. Still have chances to make World Finals, but for today, their goal is to just keep that LCQ slot at least ready.
Yeah, and they really are in the danger zone right now because they're only 19 points ahead of Alpha 7, and Alpha 7 won their quarterfinals match, so that makes it even closer. Pretty much, Casa Brawl cannot afford to lose this quarterfinals match. If they do, then they forfeit their LCQ spot, at least for this month. So it is a real tight matchup. They need this win very badly.
And we had a little roster swap that we discussed before already. Jubileo swapping with Doritos. Casa Brawl now also have a new player. And he tweeted. Let's have a look at what he was saying over there. It does mean monthly finals today. Good luck to all the teams. Hope everything goes well. And I think that shows some true sportsmanship to wish luck to all his opponents as well. Ark, you love to see it.
Very sweet, lovely stuff. I mean, this region, like I said, they're all very close. They all get along, and for the most part, there's already any beef. And if there is, it's kind of all within the spirit of South America. It's kind of like a unique region in that regard. They're really good at kind of like doing what we do in the UK and kind of like giving jabs towards their friends and taking it on the chin. So it's great to see.
They're also not really involved in any of the beef going on between EMEA and NA. Usually South America is just loved by everyone. They like each other. It's just, yeah. Harmonious region, if you can say that. Casa Brawl versus SK Kalolas overall, I think, is going to be the closest quarterfinal. At least I hope it is. Both of them still fighting for the world final slots, as mentioned. Casa Brawl still trying to keep that LCQ slot going for them as well. And SK Kalolas did make it all the way to the grand finals last month already.
Yes, and now, though, they are presented with a problem. They have a void that they need to fill because Brian left in the spring split, and ever since then, there's been a Brian-shaped hole in their hearts. And they've been trying to fill that void with numerous different players. They tried Meliodas, they tried Dacon, and now they got Prozy. Now, he's made it to the grand finals before with Zarita Gang, so he's got that. In fact, at that point, they managed to take down SK Kalolas in the quarterfinals. So that's a respectable resume to be coming in here with. And once again, to reiterate, I would say he's one of the better candidates to be joining the roster in the later stage of the season.
Once again, a little roster switch. We're going to have to be switched on for the match today and rewire whenever we see Brian on the field. It's actually not playing Zarita again playing. It's actually SK Kalolas. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how their chemistry is already working out. Just like Casa Brawl, they don't really have the time or had the time yet to build the chemistry, build the communication between themselves. But for what was it? Sorry. I forgot the name. BC Gaming. It seemed to work out with Jubileo. Now I'm sure for Casa Brawl it's going to work out as well.
Yeah, I feel like for Casa Brawl, they've had a very good scrim rate this time round. We saw in the qualifiers, it was smoother. Their results in monthly finals have not been fantastic, though, recently, let's be honest. Some quarterfinals exits and some things to iron out for sure. I want to kind of see how they can recover from this, or if they can recover at all, because clearly on event.brawlstars.com, no one thinks that's going to happen. 84% with SKC is kind of disgusting, honestly, when you consider that Casa Brawl last year were neck and neck every step of the way with what would be loud this season. It's just kind of like been a little bit of a tough watch, but maybe on the event side they're not too aware of the roster movements and the self-awareness of Casa Brawl to make some changes.
Wouldn't be too surprised. We of course get that behind the scenes details ahead of the show, but not everybody that voted did. Let's see what those two teams can show us here. The casters are split down the middle as well, so don't feel too bad if you didn't know what to vote here. We're heading into draft number 1, quarterfinal number 4. It's Casa Brawl, a new one, versus SK Kalolas, also with a new player. Ali is going to be banned out. I'm sure Kenny is very sad about it if he can see the stream with his internet crash just due to a storm. Kaze and Sreika also banned out, so a lot of aggression out of the way here already. It seems like SK Kalolas might want to dabble with something a little less tanky themselves, not only going onto Assassins or Assassins counter like the meta at the moment is usually.
I'm looking at Casa Brawl's bans right now, and I'm unsure of what they were going for. Because typically when you have first pick, you use your bans to get like a fire first pick. Ban all the counters to it. And Janet just doesn't stand out to me as one of those brawlers where you can ban all the counters and it's going to pop off. It's more of just a stable mid. So In my casterly opinion, it's a bit of a waste of a first selection, but hey, at least they got their Janet that they were searching for, as Kid Lawless are going to go ahead and fire back with some of the meta stuff. Here comes the Lumi, should be pretty solid for holding down a lane, going to be really difficult to deal with as well. Aggression is due to getting close range versus this brawler and mess it up at point blank.
Big fan of these bans by Castle Brawl, just shutting down so much of what SKC are looking for here. Yeah, Mr. P gonna come through for them.
No!
It's a kind of wild one, but no, just
Sunny,
no.
Sunny might be a little upset that I said
Sunny's
something
got
earlier.
Something against this
You
brawler.
know, I usually don't chime in the middle of a draft, but why Mr. P again? It never works.
Okay.
South America people, they're
Será fajno. Nie wiem.